Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning everyone. Today we will like to present about chapter 11, which is accounts and audit. Okay, without wasting any time, let me start from the accounts to be kept. Okay, first of all, the meaning of accounts itself refer to profit and loss accounts and balance sheets and includes notes attached or intended to be read with any of those profit and loss accounts or balance sheets. Okay, maksudnya dekat sini, okay, nilai yang terdapat berdasarkan keuntungan kerugian di dalam balance sheet dan juga di mana-mana dokumen yang terdapat keuntungan dan kerugian adalah dinamakan account. Okay, seterusnya kita pergi kepada requirements for every company. The accounting records must be kept in such a ways to enable first one, which is true and fair financial statements of the company to be prepared from time to time. Maksudnya kat sini kita kena prepare yang updated. Okay, the financial statement to be conveniently and properly audited in accordance with the provisions of Companies Act 2016. Okay, maksudnya kat sini semua financial statement mestilah diaudit berdasarkan ditentukan dalam Companies Act 2016. Okay, seterusnya kita pergi pada where accounting records. Okay, accounting records to be kept at the register office of the company at a place within the country to be decided by the directors. Okay, director yang akan menentukan di tempat yang berdaftar dalam syarikat itu sendiri. Okay. Seterusnya, inspection of records. A company's accounting records and other records must be available at all times for inspection by the company's directors currently serving the company. Okay, maksudnya kat sini sentiasa company tu bersedia untuk inspection record tu. Okay, seterusnya kita pergi pada form and language of accounting records. Okay, untuk form and language of accounting records ni, first, all amounts shown in the financial statement and reports lodged with the registrar shall be quoted in Malaysian currency. Okay, semua nilai yang ternyata mestilah dalam ringgit Malaysia. Okay, seterusnya, the accounting record shall be in the national language or English. Okay, maksudnya kat sini kita tak boleh record financial statement kita dalam bahasa yang kita suka, bahasa apa-apa saja. Okay, bahasa yang ditentukan adalah bahasa Inggeris dan bahasa Malaysia sahaja. Okay, seterusnya, retention of accounting records. All companies are required to retain their accounting records for a period of 7 years after the completion of the transactions to which they relate. Okay, next, we move on to compliance with approved accounting standard. Okay, first, compliance with nation approved accounting standard. Okay, maksudnya kat sini, untuk financial statement with annual periods beginning on or after 1 January 2016, private entities must comply with either, okay, sama ada dia kena follow AMPERS, Nation Private Entities Reporting Standards, ataupun Nation Financial Reporting Standards. Bergantung pada syarikat itu sendiri. Kalau private, syarikat swasta, dia kena follow AMPERS, which is Nation Private Entities Reporting Standards. Okay, seterusnya kita pergi pada profit and loss accounting. Okay, a profit and loss accounts include income expenditure. Sebagaimana kita tahu, kita belajar dalam AFA, kita dan dalam tu ada expenditure income, includes income, revenue accounts and other accounts showing the results of the business of a company for a period. Okay, seterusnya kita pergi pada balance sheet. The balance sheet is prepared within a framework of recognized accounting policies under the historical cost convention and the company is viewed as going concern. Okay, maksudnya kat sini kita sediakan balance sheet dengan motif company tu akan berlangsung secara berterusan dan akan berniaga secara berterusan. Okay, seterusnya, the balance sheet does not attempt nor it is intended to indicate the present value or net worth of a company. Maksudnya nilai yang sewajarnya. Okay, seterusnya, semua accounting dalam ni adalah berdasarkan Companies Act 2016 di bawah subsection masing-masing. Untuk mengetahui lebih lanjut, korang kena rujuk buku teks chapter 11.
Okay, let's continue with true and fair view. Director of the company incorporate under Company Act 2016 are required to prepare accounts that are give a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the company at the end of financial year and of the profit and loss of the company for the financial year. According to Section 244, Subsection 3 and Subsection 4 of the Company Act 2016, approved accounting standards are to apply in relation to any published account of the commercial, industrial, business enterprise in Malaysia and of overseas subsidiaries and associate corporate where those accounts are to be incorporated in consolidated account in Malaysia. Let's move to nature of true and fair view. The true and fair view are not be defined in legislation and it be left to the court to decide on the legal meaning and application to the term. In the legal opinion sought by UK Accounting Standard Board, which is ASB, true and fair view is the legal concept state the court will be strict compliance with the accepted accounting principle as prima facie evident that accounts are true and fair and equally the converse would apply. Although the opinion is not binding, auditors generally follow the guideline approved in the opinion when auditing the account of the company. Okay, let's move to consolidate account. If the company is holding company at the end of its financial year, its auditor must lay before the company at the annual general meeting consolidate account dealing with the profit and loss of the company and its subsidiary of their respective last financial year and the state of fair of the company and its subsidiary as at the end of each of their last financial year. Consolidated account also include four items, which is a set of consolidated account covering the holding company and its group of the company. More than one set of consolidated account. One set will deal with the holding company and other with a group of subsidiaries. Third, separate account of holding company and each of its subsidiaries. In this case, the account of holding company would be accompanied by the account of each of subsidiary in the group. And last one, any combination of foreign coin. If this manner of the presentation is selected, the consolidated account as full information in relation to subsidiary or subsidiaries and the information with regard to subsidiary or subsidiaries may be proved by submitting its account separately.
Next, we move to Director's Report and Auditor's Statement. Statutory requirement. The Director may attach to every account made in accordance with a resolution in respect of profit and loss of the company for the financial year. Report is spread into two documents. The Director's Report must be complete in itself and make a reference to the notes to the account. Content of the Director's Report is name of the director, company principal activities during the financial year, the net amount of the profit or loss, and the amount of the dividend. Director statement must attach the profit and loss account, the balance sheet, and the account that have been made out and must be signed by the two directors. Statutory declaration must contain director's opinion as to the correctness of the account. Certificate relating to the private company and the auditor statement must signed by the director, auditor, and secretary of the company. For the administrative matters, every company obligated to send a copy of all its accounts which are to be laid before on AGM. Duty to circulate copies of the financial statement and report shall be sent to every member of the company, every auditor, and every debenture holder. Annual return of the company shall contain address of its registered office, nature of its business, address of the place where the business is carried. Next is the relief from compliance with the Companies Act 2016. The registrar may relieve the companies from the complying with a specific requirement to form of account and the director's report. This application must be made by the director.
Turn to page 396. First, function and independence of auditors. The main function of auditors is to audit a company's account before their presentation to members. Next function of an auditor is to make a skill examination of a company's account before these are presented to the shareholders of the company. Second, approved company auditor. An approved company auditor is a person approved by the Minister for Finance whose approval has not been revoked. An approved company auditor includes a person qualified to act as an auditor of the company under the law of the place in which the company is incorporated, but must hold a valid license issued by the minister. Third, eligibility to be a company auditor. Eligibility is kelayakan. A person appointed as an auditor of a corporation is not deemed to be an officer. Next, acceptance of appointment as auditor. Pelantikan sebagai juru audit. An audit firm should only consent to be appointed as auditor and prepare report if all the partners of the firm resident in Malaysia are approved company auditors, and where the firm is not registered as a firm under any existing law. It must be have lodged with the registrar the full name and address of all the partners of the firm, and none of the partners of the firm is disqualified under from acting as the auditor of the company. Number 5 is consent to be company auditor, persetujuan untuk menjadi auditor. A company may not appoint a person of firm as auditor of a company unless the person of firm has consented in writing to act as auditor prior to the appointment. Last, registration of firms of auditors. A new firm of auditors shall notify the registrar the following particulars within 30 days from the date of commencement of business, like the name of the firm numbers, the address of the principal place of business, and the address of each other's place of business, if any, the date of commencement of business, the full name, address, approval number, and other particular of all the partners, and such other particular as the registrar think appropriate. Okay, next, appointment and change of auditors. Turn to page 372. First, statutory requirements. It is a statutory requirement for every company to appoint an auditor. This must be done at any time before the first audit of the financial year and AGM of the company. Next, appointment of auditor for a private company. First, registrar may appoint auditors. Term of office of auditors of private company. Prevention by members of deemed reappointment of auditor. Next, appointment of auditor for a public company. Term of office of auditor of public company. He does not take office until the previous auditor has ceased to hold office unless he is the first auditor of the company, and he ceased to hold office at the conclusion of the AGM next following his appointment unless he is reappointed. Last, appointment where auditor removed. There are two procedures, which is first, procedure to appoint auditor by written resolution. Next, procedure to appoint auditor at a meeting of members.
I would like to present about the vacations of office. The first one is removal from office. Okay, the auditor only can be removed by a resolutions at general meeting if special notice has been given. First one is special notice of intention to move need to give at least 28 days before the meeting. The company, as soon as possible, receive such a special notice. They need to send the copy to the auditor and registrar. Company need to convene a general meeting. Okay, next one is resignation from office. Auditor may only resign from if he is not sole auditor of the company and at a general meeting of the company. procedure to resignation from office, he or she need to give a notice in writing to that effect at the company's registrar office. And after 21 days from which of the notice given or from the date as may be specified, company must send a copy of the notice to the registrar within 7 days. Okay, we move to the rights of resignations of auditor of a public company. We can see in the section 283 subsection 1 until 11 in the page of in the textbook, which is 378. Okay, the last one is the duty of auditor to inform upon cessations of office in the section 281, 282, 283 and 284. We can see in this textbook in page 379. Okay, the next one is the company obligation to its auditor. The power and the duties of auditor. He or she is free and unhindered right of access, free to require from any officer and any auditor related to company such information. And if any hindering, obstructing or delaying in the performance will be committing an offence. We can see this in the page 379 and 380. The section is included in the section 266 subsection 1 until 13. Okay, the attendance need the auditor need to attend all general meeting of public company. This right exists even if the auditor is retiring at that meeting or a resolution to remove him after the meeting. Fees and remuneration is fixed by the company in AGM, decide by the company auditor, and auditor fees will be fixed. If they fail to fix they need to determine by the company in the general meeting.
Okay, we continue to the next point, which is protection from defamation action. In Company Act 2016, auditors not liable to any defamation action for any oral or written statement which he makes in the course of his duty as auditor, unless such a statement is made maliciously. And this protection does not limit or affect any other right, privilege or immunity. We proceed to the last point for this topic, accounts and audits. The point is duties and liabilities of auditors. Auditors' duty is divided into two. First, duty to trustee for debenture holders. Second, duties of auditor of listed corporation. Okay, I will explain about the first duties, which is duty to trustee for debenture holders. Auditor is not obliged to post a written report on the matter to the borrowing company and a copy thereof to the trustees within 7 days of his discovery. If auditor fail with his duty to the trustees, he will be liable to fine not exceeding Rm 10,000. Okay, second is duties of auditor of listed corporation. Auditor shall immediately submit a written report if there have been a breach of any rules of stock exchange or any matter which may adversely affect the material extent of financial position of listed company. And auditor should not be liable, an auditor shall not be liable to be sued in court for reports submitted in good faith. Okay, next is the auditor's liability. This one also divide into two, which is the first point is auditor's liability to the company. Auditor who commit a breach of his common law to use reasonable care and skill may be sued by company. Although the auditor reports on the company's accounts to the members, the auditor also owns a contractual duty of care to the company itself. An auditor also may be liable for damages because breach of duty in not detecting misfeasance.
where the purpose of the misfeasance was for purpose giving fictitious appearance or prosperity of the company. And second liabilities auditor to the second auditor liabilities is liabilities to the third parties. The auditor report was provided shareholders as information to enable them to better exercise their respective proprietary interests. And the court rule is the duty of care that owned by auditors was also owed to shareholders as a body and not to individual shareholders. That's all from us. Thank you.